Over the last decade, more and more cases are coming to light involving powerful men who sexually abuse children. Talking about this actually makes me feel sad. I have seen how sexual abuse has really destroyed young women's lives. In fact, for some, the damage will stay with them for the rest of their life. But it's important to talk about this to prevent more children and young women to fall into this trap they find hard to escape. Hello, my name is Alexandra Polino, and I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery practitioner. And in this podcast, I'm delving into how powerful men abuse children and often get away with it. How does this keep happening? And how to get away with it for so long? It's all about power, entitlement, and the absence of accountability. These men are not driven by sexuality in the way people assume. They are driven by dominance. And there are several core dynamics at play here. The first one is power and control. For many offenders, the primary motivation is control. And children represent absolute vulnerability, no social power, they will not be able to defend themselves, and little credibility against the word of a powerful man that can deny the abuse. The abuse is about dominance. And the second factor is a sense of impunity. Higher status, wealth, and influence can create belief that consequences don't apply. And over time, this belief hardens into certainty. Rules become optional for this man. They don't feel boundaries apply to them because these men have a sense of being untouchable. Another factor is systemic protection. These powerful individuals are often shielded by institutions. They have entire legal teams behind them, employers, media silence. Often they have financial settlements and social networks that prioritize reputation over truth. And in this cycle of abuse, victims are dehumanized. To continue the trail of destruction, perpetrators rely on cognitive distortion. Children are reduced to objects, needs, or disposable bodies unworthy of protection. This psychological distancing allows harm without empathy. Another key factor is grooming through authority. For these men, power creates access. Titles, roles, and prestige establish trust. Grooming doesn't just target the child, it targets families, communities, and organizations, making abuse harder to see and harder to challenge. Now the question is, how do they get away with it? Because this belief is built in the system. Because victims often cannot make themselves heard and struggle to be believed. And their voices are often dismissed or ignored. Because institutions delay, deflect, and try to silence victims. Because powerful men use power to intimidate, and their money exhausts opposition. And because accountability is often postponed until it becomes unavoidable. This isn't about an isolated predator. It's about environments where power operates without consequence. And prevention begins with transparency, boundaries, independent oversight, and the refusal to protect status over safety. If you have been experiencing manipulation, abuse, and trauma bonding, you don't have to navigate the aftermath alone. My Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program is designed to help you rebuild clarity, set boundaries, and reclaim your autonomy so you can trust yourself again, spot manipulation early, and protect your light and your energy. Book your free Narcissistic Abuse Recovery consultation today at thefearlessninja.com. Thank you for listening.